Step 5. Pretend that this is sewn together with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. That's the edge of the presser foot against the edge of the fabric. Then, once this is all sewn together, you're just going to measure where's the center. And it's probably somewhere near this, but just find the center of your kite and then find the center of your keel after you've hemmed it. And usually I just give it a finger press. So I've got the center, and I'll just put those two together and pin it on. Then I'm going to stitch the keel to the rest of your kite with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. If it isn't laying smoothly, just get it so the ends are lying smoothly and pin it on there. It's more important that it lines smoothly than if the edges are exactly right together. You'll sew that on with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and then you'll start here at the bottom, and you're going to zigzag. So you're going to do the number 2 stitch along the edge. That is lining up the edge of your fabric on the inside toe of the presser foot to do the zigzag so that it does not go past your stitch line. And I'll show you an example of that. So on this kite, we've sewn our 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way down, attaching the keel. It's on this side, and then the zigzag is right on the edge. So here's my keel, and I have already measured right at the top point that is an inch. The inch was stitched on, and then I cut it off 1/4 of an inch past that inch. Once you've got those steps all done, then you're just going to fold right on those stitch lines. Fold it over, fold it over. You reach your thumb inside, your pointer finger is holding those edges down, and you'll just get that point right at the top of your kite, and you'll turn this whole kite so that now right sides are together. And notice that here at the top you've got a straight edge, and you'll be stitching down and making a casing 3/4 of an inch from the edge. Now as you're getting this ready to stitch, you've turned it so right sides are together. You have to use your finger and push this seam allowance out and put your pins in. So put your finger in there and make sure you get this out. You don't want that edge being doubled over inside so that your casing isn't the right size. So edge and then pin, and get it pinned all the way down. Then you're going to sew, and you can see right here 3/4 of an inch seam allowance. I've just done it part way. So here's my 3/4 of an inch seam allowance. You actually start at the very top, sew it all the way down, and when you get just above the hem of your kite at the bottom, you're going to leave about a 3/4 or 1 inch opening. So you'll come down here, back stitch, and then just jump across, back stitch, stitch down to the end of your kite, pivot, and stitch across and back stitch right here. So when we open up our kite, there's going to be an opening right here where you're going to be placing a dowel, and we're almost finished with our kites.